This is a log loader. We need to take these round logs over to the sawmill to be cut into squared off pieces of lumber. 60 people work here making enough lumber every day to build 11 houses.
Basically, we finish concrete, pour curb, sidewalk, you name it, whatever has to do with concrete. I enjoy getting in the mud, working with the mud. I like seeing a finished product. I like to tell my kids I had something to do with that, something that they can see, something concrete.
I've been in a trade for 2 years, and it's pretty rewarding.
It's a fun type job, and I got it as coming up, you know. I liked my Tonka toys when I was coming up. I felt, you know, if I can be a part of something big in building and stuff like that, you know, I enjoy that, showing it to my children.
Pay scale is a heck of a lot more than I thought it was getting into this. And like I said, coming up with a passion to build stuff anyway, the money was just a bonus to the fun that I had building and learning.
If you don't hustle, you don't stay. They let you go, they lay you off.
It's hard work. Come home covered in concrete all the time, you know.
Have to lift boards all the time, you know, you get strong.
You do feel a sense of pride in your work. I mean, I did the light rail on the commuter rail out there in Washington Square.
We did all the waterfalls and stuff, the steps, you know, a lot of that stuff, like the architectural work, concrete work. And it was cool, it was something new to me. I didn't know that's how it was done, so.
Can't afford.
Welcome to today's video. Have you ever heard of 3D printed houses? It's a relatively new concept, but one that is being widely developed and adopted because of its huge number of benefits. Interesting fact, did you know 3D printing technology could be used in the future to build colonies on Mars? This emerging technology is definitely worth knowing about. Don't miss out, stay tuned to find out about the possible future for building homes and why your next house may be a lot cheaper than you think. We will get into those in just a second. Advances in 3D printing technology have led to the ability to create full-scale structures like bridges and houses. 3D printed houses are created using enormous 3D printers that, unlike other types of industrial units, are able to extrude concrete, plastic, or other building materials through nozzles. This process can gradually construct a building by extruding layers of material on top of each other, using a digital design to allow the correct movement of the print head. These printers, specifically their nozzles, are able to move in multiple planes and are specifically designed to be very robust and hardy, as they generally need to operate outdoors on variable terrain. Can you print a house, and how much does it cost? 3D printed houses are largely still
The idea of 3D printing our buildings is nothing new. Faced with a desperate need to construct more homes faster and in a more efficient way, countless innovators have found themselves drawn by the idea of being able to quickly print a structure, and have spent years trying to scale the technology. But for all their efforts, that 3D printed world has proven elusive, and many impressive prototypes have struggled to become viable for mass production. But things have just taken a massive step forward in Germany with the completion of the first ever 3D printed home to become fully certified under a national government's building regulations. The impact of this moment for construction and for the buildings we all use could be huge. With the promise of cutting waste, reducing time on site and addressing labour shortages, some see 3D printing as the answer to many of our world's challenges. Originally used for small-scale prototypes, advances in 3D printing have led to the creation of full-scale structures like bridges and homes, and even plans for mankind's first Martian base. But while 3D printed structures have appeared around the world, from Canada and the Netherlands to Dubai, which wants to 3D print a quarter of its new buildings by 2030, the technology is yet to take off as a widespread building technique. But the completion of this 3D printed house in Beckham, Germany is set to change everything. Developed by leading formwork and scaffolding firm Perry, experts in its disruptive products and technologies department and its project partners, the structure, a detached single-family property, is the first 3D printed house in Germany and offers 160 square meters of living space across its 2 stories. Critically, the structure is the first 3D printed building in Germany to become certified with a national building accreditation, smashing a major barrier and paving the way for larger, more complex projects. Located
3D printers can print 2-story buildings now. What's next? Windmills? Swimming pools? What's that? Windmills and swimming pools are what's next? Let's get into it. Belgian company Camp C recently finished construction on its first 3D printed 2-story house. The 2-story house was printed by a machine called the BOD 2 from a company called Cobod, which is short for Construction of Buildings on Demand.
It's a little bit like the little 3D plastic printers. They enlarge it and they feed it with concrete, and then you have a big concrete 3D printer.
The house was built in just 15 days of print time, but those 15 days were spread out over several months in order to accommodate the school schedules of the students working on the project.
In recent years, river repair projects often require materials such as concrete and prefabricated bricks for building rigid dams. Although they are stable, strong, and provide sufficient protection, they are also expensive and complicated to construct. More importantly, the excavation and foundation laying in the traditional construction process may incur secondary pollution to the river, destroying the integrity of the ecosystem and causing environmental problems. Today, a new solution has emerged. Winsung, the world's first high-tech enterprise that has truly realized and applied 3D printing construction technology through the whole industry chain, has delivered the world's first 3D printed secondary revetment dams. In the Jiangsu section of the Shanghai-Jiangsu port line, the waterway improvement works are carried out. For the first time in history, Winsung's custom-made 3D printed dam is installed.
The demo for the first legally 3D printed house in the United States of America. That's right. This is the concept. They built this so that the building departments and municipalities could come out, sign off on it, and now we just got the first permit in hand to build in Riverhead, Long Island, New York, which is the hardest place, I would say, to get anything done in the country. What we're having right now is a 1,900 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1-bath ranch with a beautiful open layout. This is green technology, and the next steps and the next versions are gonna absolutely blow your mind. This is version number 1. The next version is going to do 2-story homes. The third version is going to do skyscrapers and superstructures and be able to climb itself. And ultimately, version 4 is going to do roads and infrastructure. So this is a super exciting time.
Future, I mean, look at this thing. It's unbelievable.
As you can see, 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom ranch. I'm going to give you a quick tour through it. This is the perfect first-time home buyer house. These can be made at any size, so they can be made as 2-bedroom houses, and the sky is the limit. We have opportunity to make 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, and like I said, the second generation is going to climb itself and do 2 stories, so the possibilities are endless. But for the purposes here, we have beautiful open layout. Obviously, you have the kitchen in the back into the dining area. This is pretty much what every first-time home buyer wants on Long Island at a price point that is absolutely bananas. Right now, the median sales price across Long Island is roughly $550,000, $575,000. This property is listed for an unbelievably low price of only $299,000. The crazy thing is they were able to purchase the property, the land itself, for only $150,000, and believe it or not, with the technology at $299,000, there is profit in that deal. So this is a massive opportunity for developers across the nation, affordable housing providers. Basically anything that is currently made out of concrete can be printed easier, quicker, and faster, in addition to other things that other building structures
Why are they catching on? Cost and speed. Icon is trying to cut the cost of construction in half while building homes twice as fast, something some housing market experts doubt is possible. But what's not in question is that the U.S. is currently 4 million homes short of buyer demand.
We need housing for homeless folks. We need affordable starter houses. We need middle market houses. So we need more of every kind of house, period. Also, construction work is hard. This doesn't get tired.
Yes, humans get tired doing this kind of work, but humans need jobs.
There's a nationwide shortage of skilled labor and construction professionals. We're filling a gap where there's not enough jobs.
So this bedroom right here could be a home office, could be a guest bedroom.
Paulo Soriano and his fiancée Shay Craig have been struggling to buy a home in Austin's red-hot housing market.
Each of these houses was printed in about a week.
Oh, wow. They came to look at some of the first 3D printed homes for sale in the country. The first level of this 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom house is printed concrete. The second floor is conventional construction. It will be listed for around $700,000.
So would you seriously consider buying something like this?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. This is really such a good value in terms of space and the amount of bedrooms. You know, we want to start a family one day, we definitely need extra bedrooms to accommodate that, so.
Subtle hint.
Subtle hint.
Yeah.
this is the way we should be building.
Jason Ballard is also using this new technology to shoot for the moon. His company is working with NASA to design 3D printed shelter for astronauts who could one day live on the moon and Mars.
I think this makes construction exciting again, and it's inspiring and hopeful to have a solution.
Apis Core is developing a 3D printer that can print houses and even entire buildings. The company says building homes with the bot is more efficient and less expensive than relying on humans. A building of any size can be printed just by moving the printer around. The footage you're seeing is from a pilot project for a municipal building in Dubai. Apis Core can print the walls of a standard home in just 2 to 3 days, while traditional methods will take about a month to complete. Right now, it can only print walls. Roofs, floors, foundation, electrical systems, and plumbing are all done by traditional methods. It also makes it possible to reduce the used materials, tools, and waste during the construction process. Currently, it is only suited for low-rise buildings, but the plans are to develop it to enable printing of high-rise construction, as well as foundations, floors, and roofing. First generation of this machine is set to be available for purchase sometime in 2020. Italian 3D printing company Wasp has built a house to showcase the abilities of Crane Wasp, their modular 3D printer that can create homes in a variety of formats and sizes. Called Gaia, this 30 square meter or 320 square foot house has a 3D printed outer shell and internal timber beams holding a timber roof. The house was printed using a natural material mix made from soil taken from the surrounding site and waste materials from agricultural industries such as chopped straw and rice husks. The mixture is layered using a 3D printer suspended from a crane, creating walls with vertical cavities inside, which are filled with rice husks for insulation. The building's walls have been designed with complex geometrical features, with the aim of embedding natural ventilation and thermoacoustic systems that are difficult to replicate with traditional construction. The house is high energy performing and does not need heating or air conditioning, as it maintains a mild and comfortable temperature inside both in winter and summer. It took 10 days to create the outer shell, with a wall thickness of 40 centimeters or 15 inches, and a total material cost of about $1,000.
People tend to sleep outside, in front of shops, under travelers' cars, madhouses, and buildings made of wood, which are not durable enough to remain intact for years. Shelter should be one of the greatest necessities in life when looking at long-term development. For this reason was the 3D home building technology brought into existence. This technology is definitely the way out of homelessness. With this accurate technology, a complete house can be built within less than 24 hours using cement. This technology is a safer, faster, stronger, and cost-effective method of providing apartments everyone can rent or buy at a very cheaper price when preferred. As computers don't tell lies, corruption will be reduced in the structure construction sector upon the adoption of the 3D home building technology.